Welcome to RC Fun Time. Here's your host, Sean Janum.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? This is our next adventure. Yes, unfortunately, last week I had a emergency. I lost a great friend, and I thank you all for understanding about that. And Rob, you guys as well. Thank you for understanding all about that. Tonight, we're trying to get things shared here and see how things are going, and it just came up on our background. Jegs, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. I hear you got some amazing stuff to talk about later.
Oh, of course.
Fantastic. And as you see here, we have special guests tonight. Sir, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Rob Renes. Run Leighton Speedway with my wife, Amy. There's Amy. I'm not very good at the phone thing. There's Amy. We've been running Leighton Speedway now for about 3 years. Turned it into a pretty little place to go. It was a good track before. It's a great track now. It's about all I got for me.
You've turned it into more than just a great track. You've been the promoter for how many years now?
We've been by ourselves for 2 years.
Okay.
3 years, 1 year with a partner.
Okay. I know you've done a tremendous amount of work to the track. I got some pictures of before, and then you're going to show us some recent actual photos from right now. Some of the stuff that you've got done. Yeah. So I'm going to quickly show some of the before shots here. Okay. And you'll be able to see these shots. This was at the end of last year or the beginning of this year?
That would have been the beginning of last year. There's no billboards on the background, so that would have been early last year.
That was early last year. And as we're going to see, all this area, this is from turns 1 and 2, correct?
Correct.
All right. So the backstretch you can see there where the white wall is, that's all going to be changed in the future here. Yep. You'll see. Your scoring shed is to the right of the picture. The driver's stand is going to be to the left. These are some of the shots from not long ago. I was trying to find the other one that I had.
That's up at the ballpark where I hit it at.
This is from last year. You can see the driver's stand, and we're going to see some differences from what I understand.
So from your first pictures to here, at the curve, we've got the back wall for our sponsors.
Yes.
And then we added a really nice because ever since last year, and now we've upgraded even more.
One of the things I know you said the AstroTurf, that was an amazing ad, I believe. You know, a lot of guys pull off into the center and would always get that loose dirt on the tires and bring it right back out onto the track. This way you're cutting that down.
Or blows.
Yes, or it blows.
They blow there.
Yep.
Chunks of dirt out and everything else. It really helped out a lot.
I'm going to go ahead and switch back here. I'm going to let you, do you have anything real quick before?
No, I'm just saying the place looks really good, Rob. You guys are doing a great job. The infield idea is a fabulous idea. I mean, you're always going to get those guys that they'll spin off the track into the infield there, and then they'll do like 3 or 4 donuts trying to get themselves back out onto the track. And like you said, it just shoots it right back out on the track. So that's a great idea.
And it helps for the turn marshals as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Right now, since you guys are out there,
I'm going to go ahead.
Go ahead. You guys are out there and are ready to show us some of the new things to Leighton, some of the things that you have brought forth since taking over. Especially again, you've added a lot this year already that a lot of people haven't got to see yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and see if we can. I'm gonna turn the camera around. I think we're turned around. Can you guys see this?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All right. Driver stand improvements was one of the ones that I like. I've been to a lot of tracks where they have the pit lane in front. I think it adds a huge benefit to the speeding of the program.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to stand down here at the end, and I've got to wait for people to come up to the stand. And it should all be good and a little better.
That is absolutely amazing.
I did. So, and I also have a couple of things as well, just to add a bit of traction. We got that done. We have our new more backstretch. I thought I had enough. That much more. We have had unbelievable sponsor stuff step up here.
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna that back wall will about double to finish our sponsors for this year.
Wow.
And then I didn't have to notice that somebody must have dropped off these amazing trophies. These trophies, I don't know where they came from.
No.
Look to me like the wow, plastic wood. Number 3 feet tall and number second place.
Second place,
Wow.
3 feet tall.
Very impressive.
I'm betting them first place ones are bigger than that.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll wait to find out about that for sure.
Those are going to look good
I've been
on my
racing
shelf.
RC for a long time, and I've never been to a racetrack in my life that is equipped with muscle lighting. From day to night, you can't tell the difference.
I know that for a fact. I've seen that.
There's no shadow. There's no. You can't tell nothing. They're high enough. There's no bugs on the track front. We have everything to a drain in the infield with the turf. Pretty much, we can get a pretty good rain. Shouldn't have to cancel. I bought a tarp that covers the track from it's 60 foot wide by 120 foot long. That will cut rain out the way.
Wow.
That's a good investment.
That'll pay for itself one time.
Yep.
Exactly.
My scores booth, I always had a problem getting filled with dirt. So we got an actual window this year.
Oh, wow.
It used to just all be open.
Yep, I remember.
So now it's open. We got inside my pit or booth. We got window. We got wheels and tires. Just a few parts to get you by.
Excellent.
I also have up on the top shelf up there. I've got 2 cars sitting there, and then I also have another one that if you want to come to the track and I've never been here, never raced, hey, I want to try that, bring a buddy with you. I have cars. They're absolutely free for a race night to try it out. And this will be where all my computer stuff sits. Well, I got my TV up there so I can watch sprint cars while you guys are racing. I can watch racing.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Having those rent-a-cars.
And I got the old light. Yeah, the rental car thing is a big deal. We've had quite a few people come that, hey, I want to race. That looks like fun. Let me try that. That works. So it works out perfect.
Yep, you got to get that hook set in their mouth, and that's one way to do it.
Once you get them hooked in, they're here. Then last year we built my wife has the light cafe over here. She grills everything there. We got burgers, hot sausage sandwiches, brats, hamburgers, tacos.
Yum.
But I don't even like the race.
Real quick here.
Yep.
Derek Sprague, sir, I understand the audio is a little bit on the bad side. He's on his iPhone or on his phone on Messenger, and between the wind, which is always a little bit of a hindrance, and that kind of messes with his side of the audio, and we all greatly apologize for that, but we're working with what we can. Working outside in wind is very hard to do, and unfortunately we do what we can to get it done. Bobby, track, it looks tremendous. Yes, it's the best track around. Yes, it is. Justin, track looks good. Yes, I can't say how much they have done to that track.
It's beautiful. I can't wait to get out there.
I would love to have that, guys. I got in the truck. Hopefully, I can kill this wind a little bit.
Yep, that actually helps out a little bit. We still got a little bit of background, but it's a lot better. You don't hear the wind blowing.
Perfect.
So, Rob, I know you and your son, Caleb, race together, which is something that I've always been impressed with. I love it, seeing father-son, father-daughters, teams out there. What would have been the first time you and him raced together, and what was your first RC? What were your two cars that you had at that time?
The first time Caleb raced together, that we actually raced together, we went custom work sprint car. The kid he raced the street stock race one time against some pretty good guys down at Eddyville, and won.
Nice.
So I figured, why not go big, go home? So we went sprint car racing and been doing it since.
Fantastic.
My very first car I've been racing was I started with a gold arrow from Radio Shack.
I started with Radio Shack cars too.
And then FX10. And then it's been since.
That's super cool. Like I said, I think that's neat that you and him get to do that together. It's hard to find things, that we can have in common with our kids these days, and that's just neat that you guys got that.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that we stress at Leighton is we've got lots of families. It's lots of dads and sons, brothers, wives. I mean, we are just very family-oriented here. So, and that's what we love about it.
That was one of the things that I noticed when we had Jason on, and he was showing some of the pictures from your guys' place. You could see in the background there was just a lot of families there, just sitting on the grass, having a good time, and that's what it's all about,
Mm-hmm.
We draw almost as many spectators as we do drivers.
That's really cool. That was something that I just went down to Jacksonville this past Saturday. They had a little grandstand set up, and that was something that I couldn't believe, that it was actually full of people just there to watch. It was pretty neat.
Yeah. I know. I've been there.
A lot of town people here.
Okay.
And that's really neat because a lot of the town is involved. Some people don't realize that you guys are on church property.
Correct. And I'm sitting here looking at the church right now. With then we got a big park background. We got a baseball field. We are right in the middle of their town.
And they all like to eat, since you're part of the town, bringing that into the part of the town. And it is neat to see that the town with the church all respond and all come out and like to watch. Bringing the church involved or being involved with the church, I want to bring up a couple of things. You guys have some rules about different things that are there for the reason of the church. You want to bring those up?
Yeah. We're very mindful and respectful of the fact that they do not want no drinking here. No fighting, arguing, and cussing. Now, don't get me wrong. Occasional bad word pops out. For doing minimum. We keep their grounds clean. We pick up their cigarette butts and your garbage. and respect these people like it's their own yard. Hey,
Wolfman's in the house.
Now that right there, that picture of that 53 car, that's a good looking hot rod.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
That's the official Leighton Speedway racer.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you too, Rob. With your paint schemes and your wraps and stuff, do you prefer a brighter colored car, or does that even matter to you at all? Because I know some guys, they like them to be brighter because it helps them stay focused on the car.
That's not my reasoning for the colors. Brad Miller is amazing. He has done my sprint cars for years. It's all hand cut layered vinyl.
Wow.
I do purple and bright orange, and the rest is up to him.
That's nice that you can let him just do that.
Yeah. I have a couple stipulations. Got a 53 on it, custom works, and purple and orange.
And Mike Woods asked, is that a Custom Works car? I believe so, correct?
Yes, sir. Outlaw 5.
The next photo I brought up is one of my favorite photos that I've seen of the track, and that's of all the sprint cars on the back stretch there.
That is in race condition right there.
So they're actually coming down.
They are moving.
They are moving. That even makes it more impressive.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah, we have 3-4 wide racing all the time.
Philip Jones says he can't wait to get back out there. It's been a few years since he's been at the track. It's one of the best tracks I've ever raced at. By far, I haven't been there in a couple of years. But he looks forward to getting back. And Wolfman says, yes, it is one of the best tracks. He goes along and says it is one of the best.
We appreciate all the kind words, guys. We put a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice for this place.
But we couldn't do it without our community of our racers either. We have the best racers that'll pitch in and help us anything that we need. So
yeah, that was one of the group. That was one of the things he just put at the picture. It was perfect timing because I was going to, and you brought up the racers. That was one thing I noticed about the Chili Bowl is you guys had quite the group there. And so how many guys did you guys actually have from your area there go with you?
Well, so this picture here is mostly my weekly every week.
Wow.
And 99% of them guys race here every week.
That is
the other guys are just friends of the track.
That is a good picture. I like that picture that you guys did down there. I know I had another one from the previous year, but I couldn't find it at the time. But that is from this year, correct? Or was
that was last year.
Last year, okay.
Or the one we just got done right.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Very, very good group of guys. Like you said, they help you out whenever they can. I've always enjoyed being around you guys.
Well, we appreciate it. We just like being around everybody. It's a fun atmosphere, and when everybody's getting along, it's awesome.
Yep. Got one there of you doing a little track work.
What's that?
Got one here of you doing a little bit of track work. Looks like you're watering down the track.
You're getting a little water going.
Yep.
I honestly think that's what I do more than anything.
You actually got to race there.
Yeah. That don't happen very much.
Another one there, some track work and some refreshment.
A little Monster Energy going down.
There you go. Then another one of my favorite ones coming up here.
Great picture.
My bone right there.
Yep, that's one of my favorite pictures as well. You're frozen up, unfortunately, but we can still hear you.
No, I'm good with the picture part.
So we'll throw that back out there.
That great community went down to Chili Bowl last year, and that was my modified. I was going to run it. I didn't tell him, but I had numbers cut for him to put him in if Scotty would allow it, because I had already signed it up. That kid flew in that modified. It was an absolute blast to watch.
Yeah, he can definitely drive. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, he did a fantastic job this year. He did make it to the A main, correct?
Yes, he did. I like to think he's a good driver, but I don't. But I think Dad's cars are pretty good too.
Wolfman says he's going to definitely make it out again this year. Real quick, I know we're kind of jumping around here, but as people say some things, it kind of reminds me of some things to bring up. You do have a race coming up here relatively soon. That you've already made mention of. I'd like you guys to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that.
Yep. The Wild Bills race. Wild Bill was, if nobody knows, Wild Bills was in our area. He was got a lot of guys into racing. He was been racing his whole life. Had a hobby stop in town. He has a huge following around here. Had tracks all over the years. Has a lot of always have a lot of support from the guys. So we didn't want a memorial race. We don't do memorial sappy nothing. We're going to go with it being a classic. We're going to do it in yeah. He did pass away early in the late winter. So we're going to do a Wild Bills Classic. We're going to have Wild Bills always had like a loose meat beef burger sandwiches. We're going to do that with the whole family recipe from them guys.
Yum.
That's where the trophies come from. Corey Burgett did sold T-shirts to raise money for the shirts, or to raise money for the trophies. I'm sorry. And then Leighton covered the rest of them, and then Bobby's hobby jumped in and donated some money for everything, and it's just been a big deal to get all these people together that cared and loved Wild Bill, and we're going to try to carry on his tradition here for a few years.
Fantastic. OKO, welcome. How are you tonight, sir? I heard in August.
And I would like to mention August, and first Saturday in August, I believe this year, is our biggest race of the year. Will be our Leighton Nationals.
Perfect.
I am a big a spec tire person.
Yes.
So the first when I first got back in a few years ago, everybody was rebars. And that was the standard pretty much. Open tires. Then you couldn't get a lot of rebars, were hard to get. And then I think that's where the open tire popped up.
Yep.
So I've been waiting for an actual spec tire. And I think Quasi Speed with GFRP fills that with the one compound, one foam, one tire. So with that being said, Leighton Nationals August 3rd will be 100% spec tire, all cars, all classes.
Wow.
The rest of the year we are the first up until the Wild Bills race, we're open, and then at the Wild Bills race we will go to the it will be quasi speeds and everything except open sprint and open late model, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I believe it does. When you have
Kinda.
when you have an open class, it kind of makes sense to have it open to whatever you bring. I mean, it's an open class.
It does.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Um, yes, my reasoning for the spec classes. I okay. We go down to Oklahoma to race, and we travel all over. When we're not here, we're racing. I have tote after tote after tote of tires.
Yes, absolutely.
Why not just have I got a little pack that carries 6 tires, 6 sets of tires. Put 6 sets of quasi speeds in there. I got the tire I need.
Yep.
That's where we come with that at.
And they're a good tire too, Rob. This past Saturday was the first time I had a chance to put a set on my late model, and I went out and ran them in practice. And I actually ran between sprinters, quasis, and rebars. I tried all three out, and the quasis were brand new out of the pack. Didn't do no prep, didn't do anything to them, and they made the car more drivable. Like it planted the car into the track better, and it was very impressive tire for my first time trying them out. So I think you're making a good decision there.
I waited and tried them before I made a decision. I tried them for several races, and then the King of Wings, that was what sold me. I am a custom works 100% of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But GFRP put a pretty good product out right there.
Yes, they did.
Question for you from Mike Woods. Would it be a handout tire, or would you be limited? And would you be limited to the number of sets?
No, you can do whatever you want. As many sets as you want to bring. I've got sets here for sale. Wheels, tires, as long as you if I feel them tires though and somebody complains and I feel that they're harder or like I believe PT's had a deal. If you're gluing or cheating on them foams and somebody points it out, I'll cut your tires off. If they're illegal, you lost a set of tires. If they're legal, I'll give you a brand new set.
Yep. That's a perfect way to do that.
Yep. I agree.
What's your rule there at the track, Rob, with tire prep?
You can run whatever you want.
Okay.
An outdoor track, when you can put all that prep on them track, and when it rains, because I till up and rebuild the track weekly, it doesn't seal the track up like it does on an indoor track.
Right.
So I have no problem with prep. The only thing about the prep is you're gonna burn through tires.
Right.
I raced all of PT's, 2 events plus King of Wings, and I'm still on the same first 2 sets.
Yeah, that's nice. That saves some money there.
Going to do something here real quick. Since we brought up tire prep, we're going to thank one of our sponsors, one of our supporters here real quick.
This is the time that I want to let you realize that this is probably a party that you don't want to attend, but you're locked in.
Oh, I love that one.
Papa Willie's Red was my favorite of all time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this year, down there at the Chili Bowl, another one got brought out that evidently made a huge surge down there, and that was the bubble gum.
Yeah, the bubble gum, like a hot pink looking stuff.
Yes. Tom Tennis says he's looking forward to getting back out there to race. Mike says that's a fair deal as far as like on his question, your answer for his question. I know Jags has got some more questions. So I'm gonna. You ready for one or?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you mentioned that you guys, if you're not there at that track, you're out on the road racing. So How many nights do you spend in your personal shop doing your maintenance, and how far do you go with that? Do you rebuild the cars every time, or you just fix what needs fixing and lubing what needs lubed and go for it?
Well, my cars get tore down completely. I remove every part. If there's a worn out part, I replace everything.
That's what you got to do.
My son, Caleb, not so much.
How did I know that?
I'm pretty much excited if he just washes his tires when he gets to the track the next week.
Yep, that's kind of how I am sometimes. I have to admit that.
Yeah, I'm a maintenance. I love the wires to be straight, cars clean, bodies pretty. If you can't be fast, you gotta at least look good.
Gotta look good.
There you go.
Eric, welcome to the show. Yo, yo, yo. Gary, yes, indeed. Gotta love Papa Willie's. He's got some good stuff coming out. He's starting to do some advertising, so you'll be seeing some of his advertising through us. We thank him for his support. I'm gonna ask you one. I'm gonna kind of go to the promoter side of things for you real quick. Since you've taken over the last 2 years solo, what would you say the most difficult part of being the promoter is for you?
The weather. Last year, every big race we had, the weatherman would not shut up about it could rain. And to go travel 4 hours for some guys, it just killed us.
I totally understand that. I've been in that same boat before, and yeah, I have to agree with you. That's probably because it's nothing that you can control, you know.
No, and that's what we're hoping with the tarp. If it's not raining at the time, we should be good.
Fantastic. For those that are on now, they do have a tarp that they can put on the track that covers the track. They also have drains in the center of the track with the grass. AstroTurf. Thank you.
AstroTurf.
So you're not having the mud down in, you know, even if there is water that gets in, you're not having the mud hole that you would usually stand in. Now you got a nice surface that you stand in. And definitely
that grass I have came off the football field in Pella. And it's so thick when it gets muddy and soft in the infield, you can't even feel it.
That's nice. I mean, it's like your wife said too. It's a huge benefit for the marshals because I mean I can't tell you how many times I've been in an infield and it'd be soggy and you jump off the stool to go get somebody's car and you lose your footing, and then the old chili bowl sniper gets you. You're down in your face in the mud.
Yep.
Cody, he's excited to get there and get to the track this year. I'm sure they're going to be great to see. It'll be great to see out there. Bobby, people not complaining. Yeah, that would be an awesome thing for a promoter if he could get by. If he could get by with a no complaint weekend, wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be beyond awesome. We're pretty blessed. We have the greatest group of local hardcore around here.
We don't mind constructive.
I don't mind when there's constructive criticism, but nasty criticism I don't like.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any of that.
There's no place for it. All it does is hurts.
Yep. I've tried to say that many times to racers. It's like, like you said at the beginning of this, you put an amazing and a huge amount of work into providing a place for, us to come and play. And really all it does is, like, if you got guys that just keep complaining about silly things, the promoters get tired of it. And that's what shuts down a track, ultimately. Because, I mean, they don't feel like they're, you're not really getting the gratification out of all that work you're doing,
Exactly. The negative outweighs it.
Yep.
Carrie, real quick.
We do. I got one rule that I do that I really go by. I don't care if it's my track. I don't care if it's Thunder Road, PT's, Adel. I don't care. If I hear bashing, that track sucks, that track's this, these people did that, you ain't racing in Leighton Speedway.
I like that.
That's all there is to it. That's not there's no gray areas. That's it.
Carrie, real quick, this is Leighton Speedway in Leighton, Iowa, out kind of in the area of just actually to the east of Des Moines and Pella.
The little south of Newton.
Little south of Newton, too, yes. Yep, absolutely. And we're talking with Rob Renes, the track promoter, and fast becoming one of the new track gurus.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've wanted to do this always. I love messing around in the dirt. And then I got the opportunity to buy a tractor with a blade on it. Wow. I tell you what, I just like you guys coming out and tearing up my track so I can rebuild it.
That is good. That is good. Cody, you can't make everyone happy. That is correct. And that is something as a promoter you have to learn and be able to take to heart.
Right.
Eric, yes, I love that. Mike Woods, just out of curiosity, what you check for tech when a car comes off or comes through the line or comes through in the line?
Depends on what class it is. If we're having a big 360 race, I have a few guys that are here that'll tech motors or ESCs and stuff like that. I'm a big believer in if we're here racing with our buddies, and if you're blowing their doors off and you're cheating to win, and I really hope you don't feel good about that.
Yeah, I don't know how
That's
anybody
kind
can
of
do
our that's kind of our line of if you gotta cheat to win, then I guess good for you.
that. Right. Yeah, how do you?
We don't do a lot of teching,
How do those guys?
and we don't have a lot of problem with it either.
I don't know how those guys sit there and, when they're in their home shop or whatever, working and that trophy's sitting over there, and if they did cheat to get that, I don't see how they could even look at it. I mean, that's how honest I am about those things.
That's me too. And 90% of our races, we're racing for a sticker against some of our best friends.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm good with whatever makes you feel good, I guess.
Go ahead.
So, I always like to ask like some of the weirder questions. So Rob, at your household, because this is important to me, and I think it's more important to some people than you even realize, but this is a good question. At your household, are you an over or under toilet paper roll man? The way you put it on the...
I've never put the toilet paper on the roll. It just magically appears. How you like that answer?
That's perfect.
But if Amy messes up and don't put it over, it makes me angry.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is an important topic. Because I agree.
If you go under, then it's up against the wall, and who knows what you're getting on the wall.
That's right.
Mike Woods, over.
Over is the way for sure.
Exactly. And if you have fur babies, by having it under, it's a lot easier for them to get it going and keep it going too.
I got fur babies, but I have basset hounds. They're only about 6-8 inches off the ground. They don't get up there.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So and you said, I heard a little bit ago, you said something about Jason. I want to talk about a few of my guys that do so much for us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Jason Rugraber is awesome. He is here. He does pictures, helps out, does drone stuff. The other day he was on the pillar. Great kid.
Yeah.
I got the Beals. Then the marshes, they're kind of a group together. I was at the track when we first started, and these guys are out walking around my track. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Well, we're getting light readings because we're going to put new lights in here. That's how I got my Musco lighting.
Wow.
I had one of my drivers lost his leg. We put a comment out on Facebook about it. The Beals, the Marshes, they got together. One of the lumber yards here in town got together, built me a ramp.
Wow.
We are just truly blessed with what we've got. Brad Van Wilden gave us a scoring system for the Leighton Speedway.
That's a big one.
Yes.
We've had computers donated. Ian and Katrina, they come to 99% of our races. Katrina is in the cafeteria with Amy, selling tickets, selling 50-50 tickets. There is so many people that just do so much for us. Matt Donald gives us great donations every year for MoneyWise. Brad Miller will cut any sticker I ask him to cut. All these people just want to be a part of what we got going here. Yeah, then we got a couple drivers that Tim Sutherland. We'll get new kids here. He'll take these kids in and give them race cars for the night, help them, tutor them. Brad Noon does that. We have there's so many.
That is awesome.
Well, it definitely shows on how your facility looks, Brad. I mean, you know, when you do have that kind of support, it's just nothing but positive things are going to happen, and especially for your future too. So that's really cool. You got that kind of them people backing you up.
I'm lucky there.
Mike Woods asked, "Do you have live RC at the track?"
Yes, we do.
There you go.
We have live RC. Again, with the Beals have worked out a deal with the lighting company to give us. They've got cameras up in the one corner, so we are live. They're doing the live video feed for the whole race.
Wow. That is awesome. Josh Fenton, Central Iowa has the best group, hands down. They do. It's an amazing group. Iowa is got definitely one of the best that I've seen and been around. Jason,
we have. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We and not only do we have a great group of guys, and we were talking about Chili Bowl earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We had, I believe, we had open sprint, late model, old man sprint, short course, street stock, Midwest mod, all in the A mains this year.
Fantastic.
We have some pretty fast hot rods around here too.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
absolutely. Jason Morey chimes in. Can't thank them enough for the ramp. It is so nice and awesome to use. Great track and great people. Mike Woods, good. Paying it forward to the next generation of racers. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jason Morey that just chimed in. That's my buddy that we built the ramp. We built the ramp for him.
Fantastic. It's great seeing tracks do that. A lot of tracks haven't in the past, but you are seeing a huge swing to make sure that everybody has access. Chili Bowl this year had one too as well.
Yeah, the last couple of years they've had that one at Chili Bowl.
Yes.
Well, so Rob, like you talked about how you travel a lot, and I've done a little bit of that myself, and I know for me personally, I started to stay at a certain motel chain because I tried out all the other ones and stuff, and kind of got grossed out, stuff like that. So, is there anything like that for you and like you who you travel with? You guys have a certain motel you like to go to, or you don't have a preference?
I'm a Holiday Inn Express guy.
Oh man, you're my guy, man. That's exactly where I'd be staying too, man.
And the biggest problem I have with them now, though, is they used to have them big fat waffles for breakfast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got crappy pancakes, so I'm a little mad about that, but we're all right.
Yeah, they got that pancake conveyor thing where it like squirts down and it goes through the conveyor and flops off the end.
It ain't no Belgian waffle, but it'll work.
Yeah, there are really nice motels. I mean, you might, it's a mediocre price, but it's not too expensive, it's not too cheap, but I mean, the places are always super clean. And like you mentioned, the breakfast, that's always a big one for me because I love the word free. So if it's a free breakfast, I always go down and take advantage of that, so that's cool, man. That's we racers, we live large, right?
That's right, bro. We live high on the hog, man. The Holiday Inn Express, free waffle, and toy cars.
Yeah, and when they ask if you're an expert, you say, I may not be an expert, but I did stay at the Holiday Inn Express last night.
That's right.
Exactly.
Mike Woods he says the Hampton, but it can get expensive.
Oh, yeah. He's high dollar. Josh
Fenton, Taco Bell and habaneros. I'll go with habaneros. That's for sure. Taco Bell.
Habanero. That's a little Mexican restaurant in our area between me and Josh's house, and we've met there a few times.
Yeah, we have actually one in our area too. So.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, Taco Bell. Yeah, that's a definite fallback, way back too. But habaneros.
We ain't gonna be starting bashing no Taco Bell around here because that's my gig, man. When it's you're driving home late night after a race, man.
Taco John's.
Oh no,
hands down.
Yeah. What kind of taco joint don't have a potato lay? You gotta have potato lays, bud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's it. I'm out of here.
Unfortunately, we've had some video problems on that end. We still have great feed for sound and that. We're just kind of throwing in some pictures of Leighton and the track and some of the cars there. But we are talking with Rob Renes.
And I apologize if I'm a little echoey, but I'm in the truck trying to stay out of the wind.
Yes, it's actually pretty good. After somebody said something about, after OKO said something about reverb, you made a change and it actually made it considerably better as well, at least on our end.
Perfect.
So we're not going to hold you much longer. We got some stuff we're going to go over. One thing I do want to get from you real quick is what classes do you race? Do you have a point series coming up as well for this year? How many races? How many throwouts? And kind of go over your.
We're not going to do a points this year.
Okay.
We are doing. I believe we have 6 trophy races. I think we have an A19 race schedule this year.
Well,
on Saturdays. I don't have it with me right in front of me, so that's pretty close. But our schedule is all on our Facebook page with our rules.
Okay.
And I'll run through the classes with you and our start times. So regular start time is at 2:00, racing at 4. We have 410 sprints, 360 sprints and midgets. We have Midwest Mod, which is a 13.5 Midwest Mod, open chassis, open ESC.
Nice.
Open late model, open SC Mod, Super Stock, which is a new class that Adel started this year and to try to make street stock a beginner class instead of an expert class.
Okay.
So that super stock will be more of an advanced street stock, I guess. Then we got the 21.5 street stock class. SCB mod, we still have that. Not a huge following for that anymore. Then we have the slash street stock, sportsman and novice, a 12-turn mud boss class, and I think that's it.
All right. What day? What is your normal race day?
We race about every other Saturday.
Okay.
We're this first Saturday coming up here. We are going to run practice this Saturday from 12 o'clock until everybody leaves. And our first actual race is April 27th.
All right. Mark your calendars, everybody. April 27th, first actual race.
And when you're marking them calendars, we got a couple of big ones too. Don't forget that. We got that Wild Bills race on June 8th. The King of Iowa race on the 15th. June 6th, or I'm sorry, July 6th, the Freedom 50. Leighton Nationals are on August 3rd. September 7th is the, September Showdown, it says. And then Halloween race will be on October 5th.
Some good events coming up there.
Yeah, it's going to be, we had a point series last year, which was good. But a lot of guys love them plaques and trophies, so we'll see if they like that better than points this year.
Cool. Gives more of a chance of winning some of those than just at the very end.
Some people think that the plaque or the trophies, they're to a sponsor or to some guys, them are a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's just kind of nice to give back a little bit.
What's cool about not doing your point series too is it gives maybe some of your local guys there a chance to take off and maybe go hit some other tracks on the road and not be dedicated to a point series, and then just to come back, and be able to run your trophy races instead. So I think that's a really cool idea there too.
Yeah. And that, like you said, opens it up. So if some of these guys want to go run a point series, or a lot of the guys, when we're on an off weekend, since we don't do every weekend, we're going to start hitting smaller tracks to try to help them get a little bit better followings. We've got a pretty good group that's going to travel around and do that this year. So
it also helps you too, as well. I mean, getting out there, meeting the people at the other tracks, and hopefully getting them back to your track as well.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
You guys got to work together.
Matt Donald gets mad at me because when we get to the track, I take off and go start talking to everybody.
Yep.
He says, "We're here to race, not to visit."
You may be there to race, Matt, but Rob's
I'm here
got a
to
little bit of
visit.
a business. He's got a little bit of business to do real quick, and then he come back and race.
Yep.
Real quick, Mike Murphy chimed in here. He's always enjoyed making occasional races and trips to Leighton over the last 5 years. It's always great track, and Rob has somehow made it even better. Great atmosphere. If you haven't been there, you should make a trip. You won't be disappointed.
That coming from him, that's pretty awesome.
He says he will
The
see
only
you guys
problem I
at the Wild
got-
Bill Memorial.
The only problem I got is he comes down here and takes all the big trophies home.
He's good at that, isn't he?
Yes, he is. You better bring a trailer for you to take some of these big trophies home this year.
There you go, Mike. You got to have your trailer with you to get this, especially this big Wild Bills trophy home. They showed us the second place trophy. Second place trophy is 3 foot tall.
Corey Burgett designed these with Bob's Custom Trophies.
By the way,
Bob's Custom Trophies makes the Knoxville National Trophies.
That's where I was going.
These are a replica of the 360 Nationals trophies.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and that will be given out for the 360s and 410s this year.
That is awesome.
Bill was a big sprint car guy.
Isn't he also a member of the Hall of Fame at Nashville or at Knoxville?
I am not 100% sure, but there's a pretty good possibility.
I believe I talked to him, and he said that because of all the support and being a one of the members that's in charge, like a board member, that he was actually put into the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good possibility. We will find that out, though.
So
he was an amazing man for this sport.
Yes, he was. I've only got to meet him a few times, and he brought me in and told me some of the wildest stories you ever wanted to hear, and made me feel like home.
He had some cool stuff in his shop too.
Yes, that he did. If you had especially some old Associated stuff that you were in need of, he had it.
I begged him and begged him and begged him for years. He had an old gold paint A chassis in the box, half built. We would not part with that bad boy, though.
Wow, that's a classic.
Yeah, and that was not a repop. That was a real deal.
Dang. One question, Mike Woods, does the 12-turn class run the BLS 2 setup?
The 12-turn, the
Mud Boss?
Mud Boss?
Yes.
And that's the brushless stuff?
I'm not sure. I haven't ran that class. I believe that's
Matt Donald. Can you message Matt Donald on Facebook and ask him? He's kind of the guru on that stuff.
Okay. Mike, we will find that out for you.
No, it's Bill Anderson.
So
yeah, we'll ask Matt Donald about that.
That I will, and I'll get back with Mike. Yes, the brushless.
He was the one. Matt Donald was the one that kept pushing for that class, and I held off, and we got it. And it's been a success.
That is very good. We're going to let you go. We've already pushed that hour, and we still got a little bit we need to talk about here about some of the stuff that has gone on with us here the last week or 2 weeks. But I want to thank you both so much for coming on and showing us what you've done. I was gonna let you show them one more time, but I forgot the thing's frozen. The amount of work that you guys have put into that track, the time, the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Not only you, your staff as well. These racers are going to benefit greatly this year from what you guys have done.
Well, thank you guys very much for what you're doing. We'll get better at this audio thing. Do this again someday.
So, Rob, I just want to say, man, you guys got a beautiful track. You got great food going on there. I know you got some good bathrooms. Why don't you go ahead and name off some of them sponsors that are helping you make this happen for us?
Absolutely.
I will do that. We got A-Main Hobbies, J Concepts, Keegan Johnson Racing, Sugar Mama Racing, RC Rockstars, Musco Lighting, Triple PRC, Doug's Four Wheelers, Bobby's RC, or Bobby's Hobbies, Team GFRP, Wits RC Racing, Tire Wash, PCRC, Leroy's Custom Trophies, Brandon Wynn Realty, Wanderers Farms is our food provider this year for our beef and pork. Custom Works RC, the greatest chassis in RC racing. Leona's Hair Bows and Bramble Barbecue. Matt and Amy Donald and the Candyman Brad Miller.
The Candyman.
What I got.
Fantastic. That is definitely a very good list of supporters for you.
Yep, they're an awesome group of people.
All right. Well, Rob, you and your wife have a great night, and looks like I'm going to be there for the Wild Bill Classic, so I look forward to seeing you guys and making it back to your place there. And yeah, man,
Perfect.
thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, thank you guys for having us. And if you want to bring your microphone and let's do some interviewing while you're here.
Sounds fantastic.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
I am working on Wild Bill's race. I will be there. I have it already off for the Nationals, so hopefully I'll be out there as well for Bill's.
That'd be awesome. It'd be a good time.
Yes, it would.
That'll be an awesome time. And bring your tent set up if you guys would like.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you.
We'll talk with you later. Have a wonderful evening.
You as well.
Trying to do something here real quick. And,
well, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Tony, Mike Woods, got let's see who else we got. Josh Fenton, Mike Bruner, Jason Morey, Josh. I think I said Josh Fenton. I think I already said that. Eric, AJ. Thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. I know it's a little bit different on this Wednesday. We're doing a little bit of a makeup show tonight. I believe we'll be back at it again next Wednesday.
Yes, next Wednesday. We will be having Tony Lingard.
Oh, very nice.
I'll be putting out that flyer here real quick. He will be talking about the Elite Series and the Backyard Raceway.
Another phenomenal place to go racing.
Yes, it is.
So many good ones.
Yes, it is. We are so lucky to have so many good tracks, all across the nation. It's absolutely amazing. You, sir.
Are we ready?
You got some stuff that you need to talk about. You did a little traveling.
Oh, we're going to talk about my weekend down at
Let's
Jacksonville.
Let's try that real quick.
Yeah. So I was planning on going to Leighton Speedway last Saturday they're doing a three race event at 3 different tracks, and I was going to go to that one, but then I realized I couldn't do the other 2 dates at the other 2 tracks.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I personally, and this is just me, if there's some sort of a big event like that and I'm not going to be involved in it, I really don't like to go because I don't want to mess up anybody else's run toward that. Not saying that I would.
Right.
But, if it did happen, I'd feel terrible, if it prevented them from getting one of them trophies or anything like that. So I just happened to see at the last second that Jacksonville RC Speedway was opening up. And, of course, I'm an outdoor guy anyways. So called up my friend old Tim Bedwell there, and we loaded up, headed down there, and I mean, we weren't even there, I'm going to say like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and both of us were just permagrin right off. I mean, it just, just walking up to look at the track itself when, it was nice and pretty, they had it all prepped for the day, and it's perfectly smooth, dirt's just nice and loose and crumbly. And it's high banked. Even the straightaways were banked pretty good. So I knew right away we were in for a really good day of racing. And yes, I mean, my cheeks seriously hurt on the drive home from smiling the whole day. Dan and his wife Megan, they're doing a phenomenal job down there. I was not aware that I was basically entering in a chili bowl of late models. With the talent that showed up there, because like I said, I had no idea. I knew Alex Fanning runs down there quite a bit, so I kind of figured I'd see him there for sure. Of course, then it's like, oh boy, I got to race with this guy. I'm chasing him all day. But then all of a sudden, you get Dremeyer coming in there. Then you got Mike Murphy Jr. shows up. Then Rich Nordholm, the Godfather, was there. There was 2 other gentlemen in the late models that were real heavy hitters that I just can't remember their names right off the top of my head here. But anyways, it was a very, very good night of racing. And when you race with guys like that, it's fun.
Absolutely.
Because they race you good, you race them good, they race you back good. This track had 3 lanes. I mean, seriously, 3 lanes of run. You could be on the bottom, middle, and then you could go all the way up on the cushion. I made the B main, and by the end of the B main, I was running up on that cushion, and I'm telling you right now, it was a blast. I mean, it was just the momentum of the car kept up so much. It was just, I could just see my car going faster as I just kept hanging out on that cushion. So kudos to them guys. You know, unfortunately, like I said in the Facebook post, my phone signal really wasn't very good, and I didn't want to try and do any live stuff because I didn't want it to glitch and freeze and all that good stuff. Because I was really looking forward to doing a lot of that. But
Right.
put up a goofy little video there of it. You know, I took
That was a very good
pictures.
video.
It's just neat to see how many different cars were there. Tried to get as many as I could, you know, in on that. But definitely some serious racing. I highly advise anybody that wants to run on loose dirt with multiple lane of racing to please try to go there and support them guys. Because I mean, that's what it is to me. I love loose dirt. That to me, that's what a real stock car races on, and that's what I want to race on. You know, because we are trying to mimic the big cars as much as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do allow our tire prep there, but you cannot have wet tires on the track. So your tires have to be nice and dry before you get on the track. They got bathrooms. They have I don't think it's like a food truck, but it is somebody who sets up a grill and will cook like brats and some hot dogs and stuff. It's at a city park, so it's just beautiful. I mean, there's a nice big old lake right off the side. So you can sit there and just enjoy the scenery. It looks like what they did was the track was built on an old baseball diamond there in the city park.
Okay.
So like if you look at pictures of the place, they got a massive grandstand, like kind of behind the track. And I had to ask Alex Fanning, I was like, because it's back from the track, and I was like, well, why is there this huge grandstand so far back from the track? And he's like, well, that used to be the baseball for all the baseball games. I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense now. And they have the little building in the back there that, like where the concessions used to be for baseball and everything. So again, great place. I highly recommend it. So yeah, kudos to them guys. Keep up the good work down there. Hopefully I can make it back. I've got quite the
Yeah, we've got quite a few people requesting us to come to the tracks, and we're trying to hit up and make as many of those possible.
Yes, I like to do that. Kind of like what I mentioned with Rob. How he's not having a point series. That just makes it nice for a guy like me who doesn't want to dedicate to anything like that and wants to go see different tracks. And meet new people. So I am going to run the Thunder Road Point Series this summer, but that's only a 5 race deal, so it's not too hard to commit to that.
You can check that out on our page. We did post the dates for that.
Yep.
Also, I believe the rules for that as well.
Yep. I believe Quasis are going to be the tire there too.
Yes, I do believe.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. Kevin there at Thunder Road, he's got a really nice facility there. Of course, it's super close to the house, which is pretty cool. It's nice having a 10-minute drive.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's got a full hobby shop. If anybody, so if you break anything, need anything, he's got everything you need right there. And again, some of the greatest talent in the Midwest will be there. So if you really want to challenge yourself, that's another place to go to.
Absolutely. You get some great racers, Chili Bowl champions, multiple time.
Yeah.
So you get to test your skills out and improve your skills by racing against some of the best.
That's what like Rich basically, the Godfather taught me that. I was actually just talking to him Saturday about that. I said, it's one thing he taught me when I first got into this with him was, if you're never going to know really how good you are unless you set yourself up against the guys that are doing it,
Exactly.
And it humbles you, because you think you're fast and then all of a sudden you're getting lapped 3 times by a guy. And it's like, all right, but it makes you want to come back and only get lapped 2 times the next time, and then possibly once, and then maybe you finish on that lead lap.
Exactly. I threw up Jags' email again for some of the races that are coming up. if you want them to get information out, which we'll be doing here shortly, send it to Jags. You can also send it to us on Messenger as well, at RC Fun Time on Facebook. Also, if you haven't, check out and please like or subscribe to YouTube. I have a feeling eventually we're going to have to go to that. Facebook has done some things, and you can't share with certain things anymore, which is making it harder for people that do podcasts and stuff like that. So please go out, like, and subscribe to Yahoo, because again, I have a feeling, or not Yahoo, YouTube, because I have a feeling that's where we're going to eventually have to go. I don't see it happening in the near future, but I do see it happening in the future.
Yep, they're going to eventually probably want money for podcasts and stuff like that to thrive on their format.
Exactly, exactly. So, so you had a great time down there. This is a fairly new track. Is this the first year?
No, I don't know how long they've been down there, but I know it's been a little bit.
A little bit.
I
Still
don't-
fairly new though, a couple of years old.
Yeah, I'm wanting to say at least within probably 4.
Okay.
Maybe 4, a little under. I'm guessing at that, but not really sure on that one. Maybe somebody could chime in and tell me.
When you went down, the local racers, how were they? How were they to you guys as people coming in? It's always nice to know that you can go down and the local racers are great to work around and be with.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to say that I haven't been treated different as a guy coming into a local track, because I think it's probably happened a couple times, and that is no fun. And down there was none of that whatsoever. I mean, I think we had 4 different people pitting around us basically, and by the end of the day, I mean we're chumming it up like we've known each other for a couple years, so no issues with the people down there whatsoever. They all were just so welcoming, want us to come back. I mean, the Quad Cities was represented very well down there. We had Mike Murphy Jr., Rich, me, Tim, Chance Houston, his son, Brant Houston. I think that was all of us from the Quad Cities, but that's for driving 3 hours. I mean, that's pretty good, pretty good sum of guys coming down. So, yeah, they definitely want us to come back, and I can't wait to try to. So,
Kerry, sir, we are from the Quad City area, which is Moline, East Moline, Rock Island, and Davenport, right on the Mississippi River. Davenport is on the Iowa side. The other ones are all on the Illinois side of the river. We are very fortunate that we have quite a few tracks in our area within 2 hours. But we do like to travel outside. We've been contacted by some people, by a group up in Michigan, to try to get up there this year, and our plans are to try to get up to that. And we travel as much as we possibly can. But I thank you for coming in, and if this is your first show, know that we do a lot of interviews. We try to interview a lot of racers, people from being a kid starting off in the newbie class or the rookie class, all the way up to some of the Chili Bowl champions. We've also been fortunate enough to get a hold and be able to interview some actual NASCAR racers, and we are looking forward to doing a couple more this year. I've reached out to a couple and have some really good feedback, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Illinois, we're both I'm from the Illinois Quad City, or Illinois side.
Yep.
You're temporarily on the Iowa side?
No, I defected over there.
You defected over there.
Yeah, I think I plan on staying over there, to be honest. There's just taxes and a few other things that are just beneficial for a guy like myself, so gas is cheaper.
That it is. That it is.
And Kerry, I wanted to mention to you too, bud. So we primarily right now we talk a lot about dirt oval RC racing. That's just primarily because that's what we are deep into here in our area. But me and Sean, we are all about trying to promote anything that is remote control. So eventually the show's going to get expanded out. We're trying to get our feelers out there right now to some other people to help us with these other things like planes, boats, crawlers, all that good stuff. So eventually we will be having a multi-layer type of show. So look forward to that too. So
We do have a drag race out in Des Moines scheduled to go to, the Redemption 4.0, hosted by Sean South and his family. That will be a very big event this year as well.
yes.
Looking forward to that. That is in June, I believe.
I think it is June.
So you'll be seeing us out there at that. Sonny, sir, how are you? Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
Sonny?
Good to see you. How are things with the Palmer family? But yeah, I just recently remembered that I will now have a plane that I'm going to learn how to use, and I told you that just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I bought my dad a plane many years ago, and he never used it, and it's still sitting and in fantastic shape. So I'm going to be receiving that from my mom, and I have a new brother-in-law that is into planes. So we will be having, I'm sure we'll be having him on the show at some point to try to teach us a little bit more about that stuff and how things are at that, and also teach me how to do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to learn. I mean, it's like I said before. It doesn't mean I want to go get an airplane, but I love learning about stuff. So I mean, and just supporting other people that love what they do. So if your love of planes, hey, I'm all about supporting that, and I want to hear your story.
Absolutely, you've done it all, and oval is by far the most exciting. I think we all have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I do like drag racing as well, but that is so short. I mean, I thought that the oval track, just the number of laps that you do at an event is little, but it's even less with the drag racing.
Yeah.
But it's a little more relaxing to me, that fast done, and yeah, so.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about oval racing is the close racing and the strategy of it. And it, like you said, it's a little bit longer, so it gives you time to set that strategy up, and just work your way through the cars and miss the wrecks and stuff. So it's all that adrenaline, gets you pumping, and
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. Sonny, I think we're all ready for some summer racing.
Yes.
I know my skin is. I need to get a little tan going. This indoor stuff with keeping it whites, not quite as fun.
We were all sunburned Saturday.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it was Brant, Chance's son. I didn't even notice it because I had sunglasses on, but I turned around and Chance was saying about how he's sunburned. I mean, he was so red right through here.
Ooh.
And he just smiled. He was smiling. He was the only one that made A main out of all of us, so we were giving him a bunch of props and building him up,
Fantastic.
because this is his first year, I think, racing, I believe. RC.
Yeah, I heard the weather. We've been having some ups and downs, and it's going to go back down a little bit. I think it's going to be in the 50s. So, yeah, wherever you're racing here in the Midwest, might be a good idea to have that heater with you. That's for sure, Sonny. Let's continue on real quick here. You got some more stuff that. Anything more with your racing this weekend before we move on from that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just want to say thanks to everybody. I want to real quick. I want to say Mark Bryant. I just want to say thank you a lot to him. I've met Mark Bryant a few different times throughout, the big races I've been to and stuff. He's a big hitter, races everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he come up to me Saturday and it was just genuinely happy to see me there. And he said he's kind of followed my venture that I've been on, and he said he sent some prayers my way, and it just really hit me. I mean, even right now, it's kind of
Exactly
get me a little flush, So Mark Bryant, thank you so much for that, man. I mean, it meant a lot. It really did. So that's I want to end the weekend story on that, because that was amazing, and he's such a good guy. And like I said, getting to talk with everybody again, it's just it just warms my heart to know that I've got such cool people around me like that.
I always say, even when I got my son into this with his ADHD, medicines are okay and they do what they need to do, but they can't do it all. And you just basically finished that by saying that what Mark did for you helped you basically, and it does. The people around us are, and the things that we're able to do are sometimes way better than medication.
Yep.
So thank you all for being such great inspirations and helps, and having our backs and giving us good words. And not only us, everybody. I mean, we all do it to everybody, and that's one of the great things about the RC family, whatever genre it is that you're in.
Yep. And that's why I love doing the podcast part of it, because we get to promote these people that do these kind of things, when normally they're kind of the unsung heroes, they don't really get a lot of attention or anything from it. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about doing the podcast is, showing these people and showing what they can do and just, trying to get people to enjoy what we're doing here.
Exactly.
I mean, it's supposed to be fun. It always is for me, but I know, there's times where it can not be fun, but I think with us trying to promote it and get more of that good love out there, that's what we need to do.
Absolutely. Carrie, Papa Willie's Bubblegum. Yes, it is going to be a great one for this weekend, 50 degrees and below. It's basically what one of the things that it was produced for is for the colder weather and helping out with that. So, yes, thank you for bringing that up. I should have known that, and I should have said something, but thank you. Thank you very much. Michelle and Christine Paisley, yes, he is a great guy. He is. Mark is definitely a great guy.
All right.
Let's keep on moving.
Well, I'll try to. I think I'm going to cut this a little shorter.
What are we going into?
Well, we're going to probably do the In the Zone. So this will be my first time doing this. So basically, what I'm going to do is the In the Zone thing is basically just going to highlight some races that happened. I try to do it, the weekend prior to the podcast, so it's kind of new, information, newer. I kept this one on my list here to talk about. It's 2 weeks old now. I was going to say something on the last show, but it's not a big deal. But I still wanted to say something about it because it's a super big event. It's called the Psycho Nitro Blast.
Oh, yes.
And we just had that gentleman on from Tennessee. So this is out of White Pines, Tennessee. And I'm just going to go over, looks like I got 4 classes down with all the winners, 1st through 5th. So let's do it.
Fantastic.
So we're going to start off with Nitro Pro Buggy. Ryan Mayfield takes the win. Dakota Finn takes 2nd. 3rd place is Seth Van Dalen. Yeah, I'm already going to say sorry if I mess up anybody's names. I mean, we're trying. Spencer Rifkin got 4th. 5th is Mason Fuller. This Mason Fuller gentleman, not real too sure who he is, but he's a runner because he's in 3 of these. So
yes, indeed.
He must have had a good weekend. Pro Nitro Truggy, you got Ryan Mayfield took 1st. Seth Van Dalen again 2nd. Dakota Finn gets 3rd. Ryan Lutz pulled off 4th, and 5 is Mason Fuller. And then we'll go over to the Pro E-Buggy. Mason Fuller took the win. 2nd was Brandon Rose. 3rd is Jonah Wilson. He TQ'd in that, by the way. So I had to throw that out there. Mm-hmm. 4th was Dakota Finn. And 5th is Spencer Rifkin. I have one more class. I think they probably had a lot more classes than this.
Yes.
I was like, I had to cut it off at some point.
Exactly.
So we'll do the Open E Truggy. Ryan Lutz took the win with the TQ also. 2nd was Mason Fuller. 3rd is this is a tough one. Phi Long Win. I think I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
4th is Toddy Anderson. 5th is Gavin Gibbler. So that's all I got from the Psycho Nitro Blast. I mean, I was looking at that thing, and man,
did you follow any of that over the several days? It was what was it, about 4 or 5 day race,
I think so.
including all the practices and stuff like that. They, similar to the carpet race down in Florida, they do a 24-hour practice.
Oh, wow.
And I was watching, and I have this problem of waking up in the middle of the night sometimes, and I turned it on and was watching it, and it was like 2 a.m, and there was a line of people waiting to race for practice. And it's like, holy cow, all these people awake at this time of night waiting to practice
Right.
to get a chance on that track. And the track, did you see the track size?
Yeah. That was massive.
Oh, that was really massive. My goodness.
Yeah, it's looks like a really huge event. I mean, that's why I had to say something about it, because I was like, okay, these guys right here, these top 5, they put it in the work, because there was a lot of competition there.
Yes, there was.
So.
Yes, there was. They pull a really good crowd down there, and they do a fantastic job.
And a beautiful state too, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, by the way, Carrie, we shown the email, and I'm going to put that up there again. We're always looking for local tracks all across the nation, and want the information about the tracks. But also, if you have a point series, get the information to us. Let us help promote your guys. Let us help promote your racers, and give them the time that they deserve to be recognized by everybody. Mm-hmm. So please feel free, anybody throughout anywhere, if it's off-road, if it's carpet, if it's dirt oval, doesn't matter what it is, a drag racing, send us that information so we can get the props for those that are out there racing across the country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's not just the pros that deserve to be recognized. Everybody deserves to be recognized. So if you could, please send that information to Jags, or you can also, like I said, send it to on Messenger, RC Fun Time on Facebook Messenger. So.
All right, I got one more in the zone, and then I got 2 events that I want to promote that are coming up. So this is a little bit closer to home here for us. It's trackside at Crash and Bash Hobbies in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Real fast, they've got a lot of stuff going on at this place. It's all indoor. They got a really cool crawler track. They do carpet oval, carpet off-road, I believe, and they also do carpet on-road. So this is from their on-road weekend winter series. And let's see. I could get this wrapped up quick. All right, so we'll start off with the VTA class. Your winner was Eric Murray. Second was Brian Pierce. Third is Colin Mahan. That's all they had for that one. So they all 3 podiums. So
there you go.
That works. Your 4-tech sportsman class. Dave Bouchette. Second was Phil Kolick. Third is Eric von Sprecken. I got that, I think. Fourth is Karina Meeker. Fifth is Evan Kolick. All right. So then we got the GT12. First was Dan Hooten. Second was Colin Mann. Third is Jim Good. Switch paper here. All right. 25.5 stock touring class. Justin Lando took first. Eric Murray took second. Alex I'm just going to say Alex took third. Well, I don't want to butcher that one. Fourth is Brian Pierce. Fifth is Glenn Aubry. Then we move over to Slash Brushed 2-wheel drive. First was Dave Bouchette. Second was Von Sprecken. Third is Karina Meeker. And one more class. I think these are kind of starting to gain some popularity. And in my opinion is, I think the F1 series that Netflix put out. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Yep.
I mean, I've never watched an F1 race in my life, but I've watched every episode of that show and thoroughly love it, So I think the F1 RCs are starting to be a little bit more, coming up. I think it might have something to do with that.
Could be. Very well could be.
Opened a lot of people's eyes to that, So they have a 25.5 F1. First was Dan Hooten. Second was Jim Good. Third was Doug Oakley. And fourth was Bernie Grothis.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Rich wants to know, do you have any results from Jackson?
I do not.
Oh.
Yep. Well, I guess I could have pulled it off Live RC, but I was usually what I try to do, I just go through Facebook and usually a lot of tracks, you'd be surprised, just put the pictures of the podiums up.
Yep.
They don't put the names of the guys.
Yep.
So it's hard to, I can start pulling off Live RC. I never even really thought of that until about a second ago.
Not a problem.
So sorry, Rich. I don't have that for you, bud.
How did you do, Rich?
Yeah, see. He did very well, actually. He did very well.
I heard somebody was trying to hunt you down, but spun out.
That was me, I think.
Oh, that was? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Godfather put some of his hexes on me or something.
He just did his thing and pulled away.
That's what he did too. I watched him drive off into my life like a bad dream.
Oh.
So, all right. So I got 2 events I want to promote that are coming up. This track here. I mean, I guess probably for a while I wanted to make it out to this track. Obviously, it's quite a bit of a drive for us, so it'd be a commitment. But it's one of them bucket list places I want to go to. It's called Ultimate RC Pit Stop.
Yes.
Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania. This place, again, you look at all their Facebook stuff, and it's just, top notch everything. A lot of competition, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to promote. Looks like they're doing it's called a Pit Stop Sprint Midget Series. They got several dates here. It's going to be May 11th, June 1st, July 13th, August 17th, and September 7th. And their classes are 17.5 Sprint, 13.5 Sprint, Savage Sprint, Midget, and then Mod Sprint. And they're going to do Quasi Speed and Ellipse tires. That's your 2 choices out there.
Okay.
The winner of that series is going to get a 3-foot tall trophy. So that's pretty cool. So check them out on Facebook. See if maybe you can make all those dates or just make one of them. You're going to be impressed. I mean, it's a beautiful facility. So yeah, check them guys out. Give them some love. Ultimate RC Pit Stop. All right, here's our first promotion outside of Dirt Oval.
Okay.
I was pretty impressed with this one also. It's in Iowa here. It's called Lone Tree Flyers, and they're located in Lone Tree, Iowa. So they're having a 2024 Fun Fly. It's on June 7th and 8th. They're going to have a raffle plane to give away. They're doing 50-50 drawings. And this was pretty cool. I thought they have a 34 by 300 foot fabric runway and an 85 by 700 foot grass runway. They got large pit area and they have covered shelter also. The registration's $35, which actually includes a Saturday night dinner. So that's pretty reasonable there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Considering dinner's $20-some, and usually when you go out by yourself. They do have camping available, but they don't have any hookups. So bring your tent, bring your keg of beer. No, don't do that. Just bring your tent. But yeah, check them guys out. Lone Tree, Iowa. Lone Tree Flyers. I can't wait to make it to an airplane event. Just to go and watch it all. I'm super excited to see some of the jets.
Mm-hmm.
Those are so cool looking. So that's all I got for this week.
We got Rich coming back. He says he took 3rd in Midwest Mod and 5th in Late Model.
Yep.
Fantastic. Godfather moving his way up there again.
Yeah,
and then
says Mike Murphy Jr. won Late Model and Sprint. And it was really cool watching him and Dremeyer in the sprint race. Them two, man, they're good. And to watch them two race each other, it's incredible. It's like, how? And they do it lap after lap after lap. It's
exactly.
It's just really cool to watch that. But congratulations to Mike and to you too, Rich. You had an amazing day. That's bump up from the B, man. That's like me and him talked about it, with that many talented guys there, just to make that A was a huge accomplishment, and he did it. So
yes, he did.
Props to you, Mr. Godfather.
Colton said, "Hey, what's up, Jags?"
Oh, man. Kicking tires. Living the dream.
All right. If anybody's got any questions real quick, we'll take some questions or anything like that. Other than that, we're going to be getting out of here, getting out of your hair. We have gone extra long tonight.
Yeah, we did. That's awesome.
And it just is amazing how easy it is to do. It is. It really is. And thank you all for coming in and staying with us and being around the entire night. It's been a great night. Look forward to next weekend. Again, Tony Lingard will have the flyer out here probably tomorrow. We'll be talking about the Elite Series and Backyard Raceway.
I've been out to Tony's track a couple times, and, just super good guy, cares a lot about RC racing, and just does everything he can to promote it and just make it bigger than it is. And I'm excited to talk to him about it. Can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Yes. I got to meet Tony a couple years ago, or 8 years ago at Chili Bowl. That's where I first met him, and he was awesome. We pitted next to each other, or right close to each other, and became really good friends right off the bat. I haven't been to his new track, the one that's actually in his backyard. I was at the one that was in his mother-in-law's backyard.
I think so. Yeah.
Father-in-law's backyard.
Yep. It's like at a farm.
So it truly is a backyard raceway.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people don't truly understand it. It started off in at one place, and it is now in Tony's backyard. So.
Yeah, he had at the first track, he had a 2-tier driver's stand where it was like normal height for here, but then you went up it was one flight of stairs, but it was like
it was like 20 feet up.
Yeah,
like 20 feet up in the air.
It was huge. It's like you felt unstable up there, like you were just going to fall right off the thing. It was just so high up there, but it was fun. I raced up there. It was cool.
Yes, indeed. All right, Carrie, thank you very much. We appreciate that. We're always looking to get better. We always look to promote everything about RC.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a night that sometime that you'd like to join in, we'd love to have you. We interview everybody. We don't have any certain thing that we look for. We look for somebody that has fun. I take that back. We do have something. We look for somebody that'll have fun.
That's what it is. Yep.
So, Sonny, can't wait to see you either, and all the rest of the Palmer clan. You guys are all great to race with and fun to be around. I can't wait to see you guys as well.
Yeah.
Jags?
Yes, sir.
It's been good.
Yes, this is another good one.
It is. We look forward to you guys next week.
Real quick.
Oh, yes.
Just real quick. I just want to throw out Leighton's information. It's going to be at 200 Jackson Street, Leighton, Iowa. And if you need to get a hold of Rob, I got his email here. I hope you don't care. It's on their page.
It's on their page.
Yeah. So it's all lowercase letters. It's going to be Robert.n.Renes, RENES, @gmail.com. So if you got any questions for him, if you can't get a hold of him on Facebook or anything, shoot him an email, and I know he'll get you taken care of. So,
all right. We want to thank a few people to help you bring us to you. Where are we at here? And I don't have one of them in there. My goodness. Triple P. Thank you, Triple P. MKS Servos. DRC. Come on. Papa Willie's. And the one I'm missing right there on your chest.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see it.
I'm missing Rotoron today.
Here, I'll stand up.
There you go. Turn. Step to your left.
It's all backwards.
There you go. Right there. There it is. Rotoron. We thank everybody for their support. Without you guys, we may not be here.
Absolutely.
So,
if you guys ever see me at a track, and I admit sometimes I get a little too into my racing, so I might be wrenching or something, but it don't matter. Stop by my table. We got stickers. Sometimes I'll have some giveaway stuff from one of our other sponsors, 35 Designs.
35 Design. I don't have them out there either.
So.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yep.
There we go.
Chance Houston at 35 Designs doing all kinds of 3D printing stuff. He's running it off real reasonably cost. So yeah, check him out on Facebook.
Other than that, that's a night.
Yep. Time for dinner.
Time for dinner. Everybody, we'll see you. Peace and God bless.
Man.
Yeah, you're over there.
Oh yeah. I'm always backward. Hey, there. Hey. I'm actually looking into the camera.